So just looking for a fish at the moment. Just want to show these guys, it's their first time fly fishing. So I want to show them a fish in the water if I can. This is a pretty cool spot. Bit of a regular of mine. And you get fish lying fairly close in, but you also get a lot pushed up hard against that bank over there. So it'll be a good casting exercise for these guys. So I'm going to set these rods up with one fly instead of two. It'll make it easier to cast to start out with. And I'm just putting a little surgeon's knot in here that I'll be able to add a little bit of weight to in terms of split shot. So what we got here is our box of flies. Pretty low at the moment, but it should do for today. And so patterns like these ones down here with the orange in them, they're imitating eggs, whereas these ones more so up here are imitating nymphs. These are copper johns. They imitate mayfly nymphs, so that's the form of a mayfly before it actually becomes a mayfly and it's underwater. A mayfly actually spends 9% of its life underwater.
So making them appear like they're certain creatures.
Yeah, so we're imitating bugs that live in the water.
Yep.
And that's what we're trying to get the fish to eat. We don't fly fishing, we don't use any kinds of baits or anything like that. We just stick to artificial imitations of bugs, nymphs. Mainly the most common fly will be any type of nymph, be it a stonefly or mayfly nymph, or other common ones are things like a caddis.
Well, every different area have like different creatures, different bugs or something.
100%. So the Tongariro is, you want to have a lot of mayfly nymphs, a lot of stoneflies, a heron copper, which is a real generic pattern as well, is really good. But then you can fish other areas where you'll just need a complete different fly box based on the nymph life in that particular river or stream. So today, we're mainly going to be imitating mayfly nymphs. What we're doing here is we've got our floating line here, which runs all the way up until the nylon, and the fluffy bit there is what we call the indicator. And then we have down here at the very other end, just over a rod length, we've got our fly. And just before our fly as well, we also have a little bit of split shot, and that's just to provide a bit of weight to get us on the bottom, because that's where the fish are going to be lying. So the idea, once we get started, to cast upstream and allow as much of a natural drift down in that current as possible. And what you're looking for once you've achieved that natural drift in a good cast where you think they're going to be lying, is you're just watching your indicator the whole time. If that goes under or even twitches or does anything, you strike to set the hook, and hopefully by that point you've got a fish on. So I'm just going to give a quick demonstration here on the basic principle, a few basics of casting. Here I'm just letting line out. That's going to be the line that I use when I cast.
Whoa!
Hey. So just casting upstream like that and letting it drift down, on that indicator. And if that does anything that looks a bit out of the ordinary, then I'll give it a strike and we could have a fish. I do want to be a bit. So that was just the bottom. Quite often when you get the indicator moving, it's just the bottom. And that's a little bit of a better drift out there. I'm just bending upstream, making sure I don't get any loops that create unnatural drag. And when I cast upstream, I like to keep my cast in the air, so I don't disturb the water too much. And then I just shoot it out there. Now time for you to give it a go.
Yep, sure thing.
Off the reel there. Yep. Okay, now that's in the water. Now strip some line with your left hand off your reel.
Right.
Yep.
How much?
Keep going.
Keep going.
Such thing as too much, just keep going, keep going. that should do for about now. And so you've got your left hand there. That's going to always be your line hand. So in some shape or form, you're going to always have contact with this floating line with your left hand. That gives you a lot of control over the line. So we'll just get a little bit of the line out already, just by giving it any kind of movement. We'll get the line out of it. So, and now, if you use the tension of the water, so I'll just show you a slow version of it here. If you just hold this hand like that, use that tension of the water, and just throw it up like that. So I'll put it back down in that position for you. Let it go.
So as I'm pulling tension, put the tension on.
Yeah, you'll feel the rod bending, and then you use that tension that's created by the water to load your rod and it'll flip the line. Nice. That's good, that's good. So it's just learning the feel of the rod is the main thing at first. So the first obstacle that we just got to get past is just learning just basic feel for the rod, basic casting dynamics, and just how to get that line aerialized in the first place and getting your line out of the water prepared for a cast. So into a bit of casting here. This right here, this is my best buddy Mooks, and we just got him set up on the 6-weight at the moment. This is a typical indicator nymph setup, and down here we have Aaio. This is Mooks' nephew. He's really getting a nice cast going on now. Just teaching him a bit of water loading in this spot that's got a little bit of space. And then we're probably just going to move up around the corner to some water which suits this style of fishing a bit better. I'm just sort of teaching them side to side water haul stuff at the moment. So hopefully we'll move up around the corner, catch a few nice trout, get a bit of a feed for the whānau. So just going to move on around the corner, had a few casts in here, did a bit of casting practice, all that kind of thing. No luck, so gonna check out this run around the corner. It's a little bit different. Casting will be a little bit closer in, and we'll see how that goes. Work our way up this run here. We're not going to cast out into the main current. We're actually just going to be casting off to the side here, targeting the fish that hang out on the edges in the lighter current.
I was just wondering about your outfit here. Now, is that a fashion statement?
Yes. This is actually the latest Dolce & Gabbana waders that I purchased off the internet recently.
Nice, I like the boots.
And it's a Gucci fishing vest that I've got on.
Nice.
And you know, it's just the skin I feel comfortable in.
Nice. And Aaio's got the dragonfly.
Like absolutely
State of the art. Fashion wear.
And I've got the...
No water whatsoever.
What have I got?
Magnum.
I've got the Magnum.
Briggs.
I've got the Magnum. Oh, we've got a native bird there. Is that right?
I'm just going to walk onto a ledge out there and fish off it basically, but it's a bit of a niggly spot to fish, so at least we'll only do it one at a time, and I'll see how it's going up there, and I might come back and grab you guys and bring you over. And so I reckon now you can kind of wind. It's just a real gradual game, bro.
This is one in? This way?
So turning it that way. But as soon as you start feeling him wanting to go, just let go of the reel and hold on to the rod. Keep it tight, but let him run. This will just automatically, that'll just run out on its own when he runs, okay?
I got a line here, guys. All by myself.
So be super careful with the pressure because you've got a real light line on here. We're using 4-pound fluorocarbon here. Super light, definitely a bit on the too light side, but it's what I got. Just lift your rod up and get a bit more bend in your rod there, Mokoia.
You can feel the little bastard.
Apply some side pressure, either probably around down that way. So a bit stronger than that, a bit more bend in your rod. Okay. If you reckon you can get a bit more pressure. Nice work. Pretty tough assignment having to bring your first fish in 4-pound fluorocarbon. Oh, still got him on. You got to keep the line tight, 100%. Apply more pressure. Apply more pressure. You got to keep a bend in the rod. More pressure. Nice work. Keep your rod tip up as much as you can. Nice work, you're doing well. And pull them around to that side as much as you can a bit.
This way, yeah, that way.
How's it feel to have your first fish on a fly line?
You know, mate, it's glorious. I just don't really want to lose him, eh? Oh, there'll be no close for the far now. If I was just forcing that, there'd be a big chance that would just break out.
Yeah. So it's just a real gradual game. You can kind of feel when he eases off, and that's when you bring the pressure on. You can swing him around towards me, only if he's going to let you. Hey!
We got that fish, baby!
Here we go. And there we go. First time playing a fish and it's on 4-pound fluorocarbon. Well done. That is awesome. Woohoo! Mooks with his first fish. Nice, bro.
First trout. First trout right there, baby.
So, if you're wondering about the handling, we're keeping these fish. And they're going on the table tonight. So, me and Mooks cracked on up in this beautiful little pool here. And we got into one each. And then Aaio here made his way downstream and came back with the goods. How did that go about?
Oh, because I don't want to sit idle by because you know how you caught one. So I thought I would just go back to the first spot we went to. And then just went a bit deeper and then, yeah, managed to snag this bugger.
Nice,
Yeah.
good work, bro.
Cool. Thank you very much.
We're going to start making our way back to the vehicle now. Watch here, have a beer. But what a day it's been. Peace out.